Hey yo, this your boy Mind Control, coming back with another video, and right now we're playing Magna Warriors. This is a great deck. I've been having so much fun playing this shit. I promise you. Yeah, I played it with and without the Block Dragon, and if Block Dragon get banned again, it don't even matter because this deck still played very well. I feel like the card selection, the card amount is great, and yeah, so I think you should play it. And right now we're gonna do something different. Since this is like not a combo deck but kind of is a combo deck, we're gonna do a combo guide before the gameplay, right? And as you can see, this we're just made it out of nonsense fucking platinum, and we went on a 10 game winning streak. We lost one 9-1 game winning streak. This one I went to play, I forgot that I won, got to diamond, and I end up hitting play by accident. I wasn't paying attention, and I end up losing that bit by timing out. But yep, so don't look at this. We're gonna put in the game description that is 9-1. But yeah, if you new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and get a moment from our sponsors, which is me, motherfucker. I sponsor this shit. I pay all the bills, so help a brother out. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you like, and tell me if you playing the Magna Warriors. Yeah, with that being said, cue the intro. And we're back, and we're going first, right? So I'm playing in the damn solo mode, and there's pretty much a one card combo. But we use the Guardian to protect our plays from any. This one can pretty much suck up an imperm and also a monster negate. So when we have something as good as bonding in our hand, we start off with this. We normal summon out the Guardian. And this protects us from Nibiru, Ash, Maxi if they didn't already throw it out. Full loss if they hold it, but usually Prelia is in the draw phase because they want to get the draw from the normal summon, but we can't really stop that. But we start off with the bonding, and 99.9% of the time we go for the conduction. So we use this, and if it depends on what we have in our hand and what we pitch. And this one, it doesn't activate in hand, you just send the cards, right? So we always would send a Sigma, and depending on what we have in our hand, we'll either send the beta or we'll send the warrior. And right now we'll do the warrior play, right? So this one summons out the conduction, and then Sigma activates the normal summon out a Magna Warrior from grave. So we grab the warrior activates, and it allows us, if it's normal summon or special summon, we can send a card from our deck to the graveyard, which is a Magna Warrior, and then we can summon out a Magna Warrior from grave. So we end up sending out the Omega, just so in case we get any interruptions, send the Omega, and then we'll summon out the Sigma. And this one allows us to get 2 level 4s. Now at this point, we can go into a bunch of different plays, and this is pretty much free. This is pretty much no normal summon happen besides the Guardian. You don't always have the Guardian in hand. So we can go to the Exciton Knight, or we can go into the Granite. And right now, since we don't really need to destroy the board, we can go into the Granite, right? Granite uses to add a rock monster from deck to hand. We can pitch anything. So we'll pitch that and go and grab the Block Dragon. So these are my plays, right? People do different things, and this is what I do. So I usually would go for IP Masquerena. And since I have enough rocks and graveyard, that this is what I'm gonna do, right? So you don't never want to banish the Sigma or the other one. We don't have it in grave yet, but we have enough cards to banish right now. So I'll go for the Black Dragon, Conduction, Granite, and then also we do the Warrior. We summon that out. We use this to go into Elf. Now I can go into Cross Sheet, but like it's not that deep. You know what I mean? and this allows us to go ahead and add 3 monsters to hand. So we do this, Emancipator, and then we'll grab 2 betas. So we'll use Researcher, and I think I kind of messed up. Use that. We'll search for 4, and we made a hit somehow, some way, right? So we'll be able to get the Sigma minus, right? The plus and minus. So this one, we normally would use beta to add to hand, but we didn't fuse yet. So this is, we pretty much got lucky, all in all, right? But we still had a way to get the, we're not gonna do this. We still had a way to use a magnet induction, because we'll been able to get the Omega on field by destroying one of the cards in hand. But since that happened, we are still good to go. So we'll use a magnet induction, and this is only used if we have a Magna Warrior on field. And we go ahead and get beta on field, use beta, and this allows us to get into our fusion plays, right? So we get the minus. And we're gonna use this to clear some space. So we use this to get the Conduction Warrior. We'll use this minus in hand and the minus on board. This is just to clear space, because the biggest problem with Magna Warriors is we don't have enough space. This allows us to grab another bonding. And bonding, you're able to use it 3 times per turn, right? You're able to use it to add a Magna Warrior or Conduction. You can add a level 8, which is the we'll see it later, and then also you can fuse. But right now we're gonna save it. So we use the Conduction effect. We'll pitch the Tellusion to summon out the goddamn beta. Now at this point we can go into the Terrier Beast. Do that right there. And like I said, the biggest problem is you don't have enough room on board. So what can I do? I should just, yeah, now I don't have enough space on board. But it is what it is. So, no, I don't want to do that. Actually, I do want to do that. So we're going to use Omega to destroy the beta. So if a Earth monster is on board and it uses its effect, we can tribute off Omega to flip it face down. And since we have Conduction on board, all face-up monsters on the field becomes Earth, right? So now we have that effect also. And at that point, we'll use Tellusion to banish the plus and also banish one of the minuses. And then we'll set the bonding and we'll set the super poly. So this is a very, very strong board. And we'll just use this to show the beta, not the Nibiru, just in case we need it. And that's one of the combos. Now you can go into a bunch of different combos, and we can do a whole bunch of stuff. And right now, you know, you got the spell and check negates. But that's the replay. We're gonna go into an actual replay now, because we don't want to see how this plays out. It's gonna be pretty nasty. But and we're back, and we're going first. And yeah, well, no, we're going second. My bad. So they play the kit and then go for a Brand Infusion. Now we scared that it's a 60 card deck, so we thinking that it's a full branded deck. And, you know, right now I'm thinking on how would I be able to break this board, because I have Super Poly, but if they have the Mirror Jade, then it'll destroy the whole board at the end, and you kind of don't want that to happen. So I'm thinking that maybe I need to summon out a card and push the freaking, what's it called? Push the Mirror Jade back in the hand. But he's playing Dracotail, so now we're feeling a little better. But he can still get out Mirror Jade, because he have so many fusing ways to get into Mirror Jade, and it kind of sucks. But we have a pretty decent hand, and yeah, I'm pretty confident on us being able to break this board. But you know, Dracotail is one of those great decks that give you a lot of problems for the simple fact that it activates so many different cards in the graveyard. And yeah, and it's non-targeting most of the time, so you don't really know until after it's too late. So you get the Femina, fuse out 3, and then we're thinking like, what the heck is this? And then Trishera, and he was like, all right, please don't. He banished one on top, and he banished our, what is it, a Flux, which feels bad because that was a card we'll use to freaking push the Mirror Jade back in hand so we don't get destroyed at the end of the turn. But we have bonding, so we're able to shuffle it back into the extra deck since it's not banished face down. So he's still comboing off, and yeah, it's so much. He have so much advantage, but I think he kind of like shot himself in the leg by getting this Trishera, the Ice Imprisonment, just to banish one for an extra deck. But I mean, he did get a glimpse on what we playing. Yeah. So now it's finally our turn, and what's on the top deck? We got the minus, and then he maxes us. So I changed Super Poly to the Maxi, and we threw out the Dinosaur that give us another bonding, which we really don't really care about too much. We have 2. So we use Mud Dragon to make us untargetable. And yeah, we turn it to Earth now, just so he can't target us later. But he don't read cards, and he didn't think to like look at what we have. And right now, oh no, he have Dracotail cards in hand and on the field. So now we're just going in our plays, and then we're doing a plus in my the Omega and Warrior play. And this is when he ended up going into Mirror Jade anyways. And he fused with the freaking Mud Dragon, which kind of sucks. But he already used his effect already, so we're okay. So we bring out plus. He fused for Mirror Jade. And right now we know that he's gonna like get rid of our Granite. But he ended up shotgunning his Mirror Jade. So we just use Omega, which is even better. Now that we can we grab Conduction back to the hand, and we have Omega overlaid. So Omega effect, once you use the special summon from graveyard, it it's banished when it leaves the field. But since we overlaid it, it don't banish, it just gets sent to the graveyard. And he ended up ashing that, which feels really bad. And right now we're still waiting for him to use his flame. And after a while, we realized that his flame is dead for whatever reason, or he toggled it off. I don't know. So I used it to add the level 8, and he didn't do anything. So I'm like, what the freak? Like, why is he not activating flame? Because I didn't want to use my my fusion just as of yet. But at this point, we're good to go. And then I realized that Flux is still in the graveyard, so I had to use it to put Flux back in the graveyard. It is what it is. So we end up using that and going to the Underworld Goddess and just turning off the freaking Mirror Jade like that. So then I think he ended up timing out. Yeah, but we was going to negate it with the Underworld Goddess. And we're back, and we're going second again. Now, yeah, we're playing against Doom Z, and I know the deck also well. I just did a gameplay on it, and yeah, I know the deck very, very well. He ended up ashing our full loss, which feels bad, but then he destroys one of his Doom Z monsters. I forgot which one it is. The 5, and I end up ashing it, and I think he was not expecting that to happen, so yeah. And he set one to pass, so right now we don't really have anything, and he ended up maxing us, so before we was able to put the Guardian down. So we end up using Guardian, setting, bonding, and then passing, and then we use that to show Researcher. But right now we have pretty much shuffle in the deck and a monster negate with the bonding, because we'll just fuse both of those in hand. But since he didn't do anything, we was able to grab a beta, and then he ashes the beta. And I'm thinking like, I don't know what else in this hand. It could be a freaking, what's it called? A Nibiru. So I'd rather not use my monster negate right now. So I grabbed the conduction, and then he drove us, which is okay also. But now we're just waiting on what's on what's face down. And we're not scared of that at all. We're able to put enough damage on board right then and there, so he ended up quitting. And we're back. And we're going first this time. And we got Sigma plus and minus. And thank God we got minus in hand, because we weren't really having any plays. So minus allows us to fuse with cards on the hand, in our hand or field. And he ended up using Halisu, so we maxed that immediately, because why not, right? And we able to get conduction the fusion monster to grab a bonding, and it's all she wrote at this point. And then we end up drawing into a beta, which feels, I'm pretty sure it's even worse for him. So he ended up taking our freaking conduction, the plasma monster, which is, I really don't care too much. You know what I mean? So we end up throwing plus, and then we also threw the warrior. Warrior summon himself out, throw Omega, and then summon out Sigma minus. Then we use the Sigma minus effect to throw the Tellusion. Destroys the conduction, add it back to hand. I don't know why. Oh, I left Omega on the field just for effect of flipping anything face down, since he had 2 monsters on the field already. So we use Block Dragon, get Beta, grab another Sigma minus, go into IP Masquerena, and this is almost B&B. So he took our monster for no reason, because we really don't need it, and it come back to us at the end of the at the end phase. So we pretty much gonna leave a space on the field for it to come back, and then pretty much B&B like a mug. So Hidden Gem allows us to do another extra normal summon. So we use Hidden Gem to summon that out. Use Researcher, excavate the top 5 cards. We hit another freaking Guardian, and we end up going into a Baron. So we use Baron to go into one of the zones, just so we can protect it, get Tellusion, summon out the IP Masquerena ahead of time, and then we get our monster back. Use that to reveal conduction in hand, and yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, feels bad. So we wasn't able to get Natural Beast on the field because we got rid of the beta too early, but it's all good though, because he don't have too much in hand to beat us, right? So we end up destroying the Halisu, because we didn't want him to get more advantage. And at this point, we already know what he's going to do. He's going to try to use to do to destroy the whole lane, the Raisin. So he ended up using Jaglong, and we use our Baron on the floor to destroy that. And this is a mistake. I should never use Researcher at all, because when you gonna see what I'm doing, I shouldn't add a Researcher at all. It was stupid. So he used Raisin. I used IP Masquerena to go into Gargan. So this allows us to negate 3 zones pretty much. And he can't beat over it because we are 100 points higher than whatever he have on field. So he ended up using the Rock of the Vanisher, and we still have the effect of Tellusion on field, which we'll just take him. Take the Rock of the Vanisher on field, since he opted to add to hand. So then he used Halisu again, but at this point Halisu don't have any effect because he already used it. So we use that fuse both just so we can overkill, so we get Flux. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. And we're back, and we're going first, and we have Beta in hand, and this Beta need to do all the heavy lifting. So we use Beta. He imprims us. Feels very bad. So all the heavy lifting resulted to nothing. But Beta has an effect on their turn, right? So Beta has an effect to tag out, and this pretty much is what allows us to plus up enough so we don't get killed this turn. So you end up using full loss and then we tag out. So at this point, this will be the last time that we'll need to summon anything from the deck. So we end up using that to send warriors. A warrior sent Omega, and then he, for whatever forbidden, drop it like that. And I mean, it's a decent play, but I feel like it was overkill. So you use 7, tap the on, and then it's ryzeal. So yeah, but as you can see, what we have in hand, we have a Nibiru. So he's pretty much going to fuck himself, to be honest. Pardon my language, Heather. So yeah, he ended up grabbing Ice ryzeal. And this is where he kind of cooks himself, right? Going to Detonator early. Detonator grabs whatever monster that is. Use Ice ryzeal, number summon that out. Get Star ryzeal. And then he set Plasma Hole, and I'm like, thank God, alright? If he got the other one, then he probably could have did something. So he used Dual Drive, and this is where I'm like, okay, that's enough. So he ended up destroying the face-on card, which is a Call by the Grave. We'll use that to get rid of his whatever ryzeal monster this is, the X ryzeal, and then he destroys my monster, which pretty much lowered the attack of his token, which is stupid. He should have just left it on the field because it pretty much did nothing to destroy that. But we also are in platinum, so these are platinum gameplays. So end up doing that and then killed him for the turn. So I use Omega, pitch that out, summon out the full loss, and then we have 2 level 4s to go into Grand Knight. And yeah, this is pretty much GG's, no lie. So end up getting Conductor, the Magnum plus and minus warrior, and you see the writing on the wall. It's so bright. It's so bright. And we're back, and that's enough for going first. Let's see about what's going second again, right? So we get 2 Guardians and Nibiru, Super Poly, and Conduction. So we're playing against a Ice Barrier deck, which is a pretty good deck. It can get some crazy boards if done correctly. So he ended up opting in to go into the Lancia early. And I'm like, fuck, man. So this allows him to pretty much banish 1 card in our hand. So he ended up using this, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want him to tribute something off, so we can't use spell cards. So I end up getting rid of the whole field, and as he goes into the Dragon of Ice Barrier, and then he banished our 2 cards, and he get the Conduction. I'm like, fuck. Feels very bad. So now we're looking at the draw, and this is why I use Hidden Gem. So I'm able to do two normal summons, go into Granite, and if he ashes this, we're cooked. And he end up not ashing it, so yeah, we end up getting another Magnus, and that's all she wrote at this point, to be honest. So it's, yep, so we get Sigma minus, and this is another route that you can ensure that you can get the fusion on board to get another bonding. And I think right now we're more focused on getting this goddamn whatchamacallit off the field, the token. And since our fusion monster turned everything to Earth, this is an automatic Mud Dragon at all times, and we have more than enough damage to kill. It's always targets when you have the fusion on board. Always. And we're back, and we're going second again. And we got the Beta, Ash, Conduction. Nibiru and a bonding, and he has 4 face down. Mark the Cosmos, which feels really bad, and I think now that I remember, this might be a trash freaking replay. Yeah, so we get the Flux, and then we're able to yeah, get Super Poly. That sucks so much. So yeah, he Super Poly both of our monsters, and then we're able to summon something out. I believe it's a Nibiru, yeah, from hand, which feels pretty good. And then he used the Supreme King, and I can't ash that because I'm in the battle step. And he also used Druma Cannon to destroy all my cards, which also really suck. Yeah. So I end up in phasing, and yeah, passing to the next turn. So he pretty much was able to lay out 7,000 damage. And if he was able to lay out any more, I would have definitely did something to block it. But since he wasn't able to, I'm good with that. So I end up going into the my fusion, get another bonding, turn everything to Earth, and yeah. So now we're good to go. So I use bonding again, get the beta, push that out. Then we use this Sigma Minus. We fuse both in hand with the Block Dragon because I really don't care. And you get Flux. Flux was able to push the back in grave. Throw the in there, and then use that to lure his Supreme King. Destroy that, and then he able to put that in the monster zone, and then yeah, destroy the fusion monster. Wasn't able to ash it because it was still in the battle step, so he able to get a card off of us, but we're good to go. We are good to go. And we're back, and we're going second again because we always got going second, right? So he used a Lord of Darkness, and I, for whatever reason, did not freaking full loss that. He could easily went into an Ash, but yeah, we're still able to get it to go through. So yeah, we're playing against a Maliss player, and they really don't care about the full loss. So they're gonna do plays underneath the full loss, yeah. So you're able to go into Dormouse and then link it off the Splash Mage, summon it back out, use backup Elixir, get the March Hare, pitch the trap, I forgot what trap it is, get the Dormouse. I don't have anything to freaking stop this. Use that to go into the White Binder, and then he banish his traps, and then a Dormouse, and then he draw unlock bird us, which is okay, but I mean, we got enough draws that we're really not concerned about it too much. Then he used Dormouse, get that Dormouse back again for the third time. Then he finally used the effect, go into Chessy Cat, then set a trap, GWC, and at this point I'm like, I just realized that it was pretty stupid to like ash the freaking White Binder, but you know, because he had this GWC, so you can always just summon it back next turn. But in the midst of it, I wasn't really thinking, so I could have just saved it. And yeah, so he's still link climbing, and I believe that he's going for the level 5. But at this point, he don't have any more link materials, right? So Transcode Talker got the link decoder, and I think he summoned back out the Splash Mage. Yep, and let's give him level 5, and then he summoned out the link decoder also. No, the Transcode Talker underneath this one. And right now we don't have any freaking, what is it called, super poly targets, and it feels bad. And we know he has an Omni negate, so we're hella cautious right now. And then he freaking maxes us also. And you know, maxes to 1, but it seemed like people keep drawing this shit. So we get the Warner linear, summon that out, and at this point we have to do something. So I'm more thinking about just playing into the maxi and see if we can just save the Guardian to negate a Nibiru if you have one. And I didn't even check that you have one or not. And I'm not going to check because I really don't care. But yeah. So he's able to get all his cards out, but now he get the Cryptor back, and now he got super poly targets. And yeah. So he kind of got damned himself. So I get rid of the Omni Negate and also the non-targeting Banish, because they both dark monster, dark freaking Cybers. So yep, get rid of both of those because it's mandatory. So I use Sigma Minus to go into our fusion, and I was scared to use Sigma Minus because I didn't want it to get negated. So I'd rather just wait it and then wait for him to get the Cryptor back on board. So he draw Luck Bird himself actually, and since I already used the add effect, I didn't really need it. And this is supposed to be an IFP Masquerena, and I clicked the wrong one like an idiot. So I'm using Magnus extra normal summon effect. I go into Gogurn, and yeah, use Telly, and then at this point I'm an idiot because I could have just got rid of Telly or got rid of the Conduction, the other one, but I chose not to, and it's a mistake on my part. But yeah, so I pretty much allowed him to live, pretty much, yeah. It is what it is. So I end up going into another linear, which is freaking stupid. But now he's able to use March Air to plus up on 2 more bodies, and yeah. So I went to go destroy this, and then he used freaking Ignition to destroy his own monster to stop me from doing lethal damage. So I pretty much it was pretty good. And so I have Gogurn on board, I can't really do anything, right? So he ended up impermanent the Telly, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just plus up on 2 bodies. And he fucking called by the grave it. So it's like, this dude drew everything, bro. Everything. One of those like a mug. So we end up not getting the plus and minus on board. And he used Radiant Typhoon. And he just draws into everything, bro. So right now, since we're using Gogurn, he only have 2 slots that he can use anything on. And yeah, we're okay with that. So he goes into another wing play. And the Haggard Lizard. Lizardos. Banish the Marcher, add back to hand so he can banish something else. I think he go for the Cryptor, right? Yep. Banish the Cryptor. Hits up for 900. So I'm looking at it, he got 400 points. So he only got one more small, small freaking banish in the graveyard. So he go to Access Code Talker. He tried to destroy the Gorgon, but he can't because I don't think that you're able to destroy it. Because it's not overlaid with, cannot be destroyed by battle or monster effect. Wow. While pointing to a card. Point to no monsters. Oh, never mind. So when it's pointing to no monsters, you can't destroy it. I didn't know that. So he ended up destroying that, and I think he ran out of time. So even if he would have destroyed my board, he didn't have enough freaking hit points to kill me. So yeah, let's go to the deck list. And we're back, and this is the deck list. So we have 1 Maxi, we have Researcher, Hidden Gem, 3 Betas, 3 Ash, 3 Guardians, 1 Warrior, Proletia, Full Loss, 2 Sigma Plus, 3 Sigma Minus, 1 Omega, 2 Dinosaurs, Conduction Warrior, Block Dragon, Tail Illusion, 1 Nibiru. We got Magnet Induction, Super Poly, Call By, 3 Bonding. These are the 2 Super Poly targets. Then we have Conduction, and if Conduction is on the board, then we can actually use Flux too. because it's like a Earth level 5 or higher. So we can just use his level 5s because it's turned to Earth monsters, and then pretty much use one of our rocks. We got Notaria Beast, we got Baron, Exciton Knight, Garnet, IP, Cross Sheet, Elf, Little Knight, Gorgon, and then Underworld Goddess. Now, I've been using this deck for quite some time. Top tier, you always seem to have somewhat of a play, and if the board is not like super established, that's only in platinum. If it's not super established, then we're able to pretty much break it or have plays. And right now, I'm trying to figure out a more optimal way to play it and have enough freaking space on the board to like have all my monsters. And also thinking of a way to always get Notaria Beast out, because I've been losing by not summoning out and maybe having a bunch of spell cards. So my whole thing is, if they make me go first, I always summon out Notaria Beast. I make sure I do. If they don't, then it's not as important. But yeah. And I believe Block Dragon, I played it with it and without it. And I see some people, I see a couple people, maybe one or two, who don't play it with Block Dragon. And I mean, it's a prerogative. You don't need to play it, but it does feel better when you do play it. I feel like if you don't play it, which I might take it out because I find myself trying to go into it too much, that I end up not getting the Notaria Beast when I try to go into it. But here's the deck list. Here's the deck. I love it. I have a lot of fun playing it, and I think I'm gonna climb with this until Masters. I'm not playing too many more decks. I'm waiting for the Doomsday support. Now I'm gonna play that one full time, and then I also have Heroes with the match change stuff in it. But the deck is so bricky. Good thing I only spent 1 UR to get it, because it's so freaking bricky. But with that being said, this is your boy Mind Control. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, help a brother out. This video is sponsored by me. You know, I pay the bills in this bitch. So make sure y'all look out. I've been sick for a minute. I'm better now. Vacation was wonderful. I don't really show my kids and shit, but if I do, we had a great time. But yeah, I'm back. So tell me what you like about the video. Tell me if you like Magna Warriors. Tell me if you want to see something next. And be good. Happy Easter, by the way. Cue the outro.